to go run his dirt late model.
Okay, so let's throw that out there real quick. What's more fun, dirt or asphalt?
Anything I can race.
Good answer.
You can tell I've been asked that before.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that too from that part. So to be a Hoosier Hero driver is huge. I think it's quite an honor for that part. I mean, we knew a couple of weeks ago because we got the list and get everything ready to go for the shows and stuff like that too. But congratulations on that. It's a fan base kind of a situation, but then Hoosier kind of kicked in some of their votes and stuff too. You're in a pretty cool crowd.
I'm honored. I honestly didn't know much about it, and Hoosier called and said I had made the top 25, and I started looking into it, and I think it's cool. It's so cool to see Hoosier and everybody putting a spotlight on the grassroots drivers. And, there's some that are bigger than grassroots drivers, but just to be a part of the group is an honor, and I'm blessed to be here. A year ago, who would have ever thought? So here we are.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're there.
So anyway, so you're doing this dirt. Kind of tell us where you started racing. When did you start racing?
I started when I was 6, racing go-karts, and I raced go-karts on dirt. And at the time, the ladder was go-karts, legend cars, late models. So, one karting stuff, moved up to legends, one there, and then we went to late models when I was 15. I'm 26 now, so I've been racing late models a little bit. But this was my first year not driving my family stuff. It was my first year driving for Lee Pulliam Performance.
Okay.
Who is he's a legend. Lee's a 4-time national champion, so it's a good organization to be at, and we had a hell of a year.
Good. How many wins?
9 this year, 4 Cars Tour wins, and we won a couple of Crown Jewel races, the Hampton Heat for the second time, the Thanksgiving Classic. We won North Wilkesboro. That was cool.
Okay, so how much difference? I know there's a lot of difference, but the real true difference between the dirt and the asphalt cars?
One, I would say one's pinning the right front and one's pinning the left front. It's kind of how I describe them.
Okay.
I think they help each other. The dirt racing's definitely helped my asphalt career because I could feel the grip in my butt and my foot. And I've kind of found that line of putting the car on the edge on asphalt and knowing what my maximum grip is. And, when I go dirt racing, it's a lot less stress for me because asphalt's my primary. Dirt is something I do. I take it serious. I want to win. And I did. I won my only year in a dirt late model. I won Rookie of the Year in the championship.
Did you really?
So
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I've been venturing racing at a couple more tracks outside of the local dirt tracks. So that's been a good experience racing with the Steel Block Bandit series a little bit. And it helps me when I go asphalt racing.
Okay, so let's go to this. Weight of cars. Are the weights the same from the dirt to asphalt?
Not the same. The dirt car is definitely lighter.
Lighter, okay.
I think about almost 1,000 pounds lighter, roughly.
Really?
Roughly. It's in the 2,000s where the asphalt's in the 3,000s. So definitely light, a lot of power, but it's fun.
Yeah. What about motors? What do we got there? Same motors, different motors?
A little bit different. I think my dirt car has a little bit more horsepower than the asphalt car. There's different classes you can run motor-wise, but we run steel block stuff. So
So when you say more power, you got to give your whole of your dirt versus and close. Don't I get it? You don't
probably about 50 more horsepower. There's somewhere in the 500 range. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
What do you give that?
So asphalt, as I run a Harrington motor built by David West, and then on my family car I ran a Ford crate.
Ford crate, really?
All right. And I haven't ran that in a while, but that was a Rayvon Clark Ford crate. And then all our dirt stuff is built by John Bray back home. So it's all pretty cool. I've had being able to drive different people's motors and have success with all 3.
That's very cool. So what's your plans for 2024?
So I am signed back with Lee Pulliam to run the Cars Tour again to chase the championship. We're going to do the Triple Crown. And then on top of that, I'm going to fill in some off weekends, maybe with some dirt, working on, truck or Xfinity stuff. That's our main focus. And, maybe some late model races if the sponsor allows and we decide to go to a big race somewhere. But mainly trying to get to the next level would be obviously what I've worked for.
Absolutely. So you're running that Cars Tour here in the last couple of years. That Cars Tour has really picked up a lot of steam with the influence from like Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick that are kind of real instrumental in that tour. So Hoosier has just announced a new spec tire for the Cars Tour, the ST1, ST2, ST3. How do you kind of feel about that new spec tire program? Where do you really see that going? And how do you think it's going to improve the racing and the economy of the racing in that tour and wherever else they choose to run it?
I think it's gonna be good. I love the F45s, but I do think after it seems like after the tire shortage, things at times were a little inconsistent with different serial numbers. So I'm hoping the ST2 being new, I think that's what we're on is the ST2, but I'm hoping you're going to find that things are going to be a lot more consistent, which is going to be great for the racer, great for the track. Just hoping we put on a good show with it. And, I'm looking forward to the new adventure with it. And hopefully we can figure it out before the other guys and get some wins early.
Well, it sounds like to me with the program that you're in, I don't think you're going to have much trouble adapting and figuring it out.
I tell everybody that Lee Pulliam makes me look like a rock star. So his stuff's good. And, he works really hard.
Okay. So have you drove the new SC tire?
I have not.
I haven't got to yet. Okay.
I told him, I was like, there's one over there. All I need is 3 more. I get them out the door and go try them. So I've been
if y'all out in the parking lot.
If y'all see a tire missing, it won't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah, exactly.
So you talked about down the road, you're looking at some possible Xfinity and some possible truck stuff. Kind of what's kind of the timeline that you would like to see those things kind of unfolding and moving up there, or have you already made some headway into that? I'm sure you've got out there in Virginia where you're at, that's kind of the heart of that country out there, so I'm sure you've already got some connections and already talking to some people. But what's kind of the timeline that you would like to see for you to advance your career to that level?
Well, probably yesterday.
Well, yeah.
And I don't mean it like that,
Yeah,
but with my age, obviously Josh Berry's really helped with the age, not like old isn't old anymore. It kind of opened the door back. I feel like I'm way more mature on the racetrack than I was 10 years ago.
Sure.
And I think that helps a lot. Obviously, I would like to fit in. I would like to have about 3 to 5 on the schedule this coming season to fill in.
Okay.
Would take more. And honestly, if I only get one, that's still better than none. But that's where we're heading. And then hopefully 2025, I could be looking at something full-time, would be approved for all the tracks by then. And because you have to go through the approval process. So I have to start on a short track and get approved.
So how's that work? Do you know how that works exactly? Can you tell our listeners how that does work?
So I've been approved by NASCAR. I have to race under a mile track first, and then they'll take a look at me and, hopefully it goes well.
Okay.
They'll look at me and go, you're allowed to go to 1.5 miles or whatever the next bracket would be. I think it's 1.5 miles.
Okay. So you actually go in a physical race.
That's right.
Okay.
So you have to race at a short track. Okay. And then you're able to move on to the next level. And then like I ran an ARCA race at Daytona.
Oh, did you really?
I did, but it hasn't approved me for trucks or anything at Daytona. So you still have to go through the approval process.
Okay, so let's do that. How many? Let's go back here. What's your favorite track?
So I answered this in the last interview, and it's funny. I think I used to try to pick a track.
Yeah.
And I have ones. I could be here all day. I have multiple favorite, but I think what I've changed my answer to is honestly, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to drive a race car, and I always think it could be worse. I could be sitting in the grandstands. So honestly, I try to make every track my favorite because I'm getting to drive a race car.
Yeah, I get it. I thought maybe you were going to say the one I would want last one on.
No, and it comes from I don't like to leave a track and go I didn't like it. I like to conquer it. So we struggled at Hickory, but I'm not going to let that place get me down. We went back and finished third, but I've got to win there. I've got to go get a win there and be like, okay. And once you win at a track, then you love it. Like Caraway, I've raced there twice. The first time was 7th, and then we won the North-South shootout.
Yep.
And now I'm like, that track was awesome. Like, it's funny how that works.
It is funny how that works from that part too. So the next step is trucks, right?
Trucks or Xfinity, whatever opportunity, comes about.
Do you have to do a different approval process for the trucks in the Xfinity, or is that kind of the same approval process? Once you get trucks, you got the Xfinity, or?
I think it's somewhat of the same. Like, I think if you ran the whole truck season, you could go straight to Xfinity full season. So, like, I think it's going to be the same concepts. And if you're running decent in the truck series, I don't see why they wouldn't approve you at that next level.
So is your car owner now going to take you into Xfinity and trucks, or?
So he's just strictly late model stocks.
Is he? Okay.
So that's his bread and butter of what he knows.
What he loves to
now,
do. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think he could crew chief one of those and be great. But he has a great organization going, and he fields cars for multiple people, not just me. So he has a really good business that he has to take care of.
Good.
Well, I get that too. So another thing I'd love you to do, thank whoever helps you getting up and down the road. I know you talk about your car owner stuff, but who else would you like to thank and that sort of thing for who helps you make it happen?
Absolutely. I'd just like to thank the whole Staten family with Best Repair Company, bestrepair.net, Mincy's Graphics, LeithCars.com. I got to thank Old School Video Games, David West Racing Engines, Hedgecock Race Cars, Ernest Performance Shocks. Man, I got to thank the man above for just blessing us to have this opportunity. Thank Hoosier for having us. My girlfriend, Nicole, she's over here, does all my social media, big part of it.
It is today.
Can't do it. She does all our vlogs throughout the year with Flow Racing. Thanks to them they've partnered with me, and we do the vlogs on Flow Racing. So, man, it's more than just me. It's a whole team effort, whole family effort. I just appreciate everybody involved.
Yeah. So do you actually work on the car, or does your team co-owner got all the guys that do all that kind of stuff?
So he has his guys. I came from, running my family stuff for all those years and worked on it, drove the truck, trailer to the track, all that. I do try to go to Lee's. I hadn't been up there as much as I want, but this winter I plan to be up there a lot. But we broke an axle at Caraway, and I was under there taking the drive shaft out with them. Like, I love it. Like I'm not afraid to get in there. They have their guys that do it, and they're like, no, like, this is our job. Like, you go focus, but I'm a hands-on guy.
That's good. That's good quality to have.
That's how I'd want to know what's going on in there. I'd want to see what's going on, see what's happening, what they're doing, so I'd understand that too, and everything else too from that part. But very cool. So what else is on your schedule? What else can you talk about? Is there anything else you want to discuss? Anything at all?
Well, we're working hard on some deals. Nothing I can talk about at this moment, but
some good deals is what you're saying.
But exactly. So everybody tune in to Brendan Butterbean Queen on Facebook and 03 Butterbean on Twitter. Pretty much Butterbean 03 everywhere you can find me.
Just search Butterbean and
you'll
find him.
That's right. And if you type in Butterbean Queen, you'll find us, and hopefully we'll have updates, along the way here as the off season's not really much of an off season. It goes by quick.
It's not much anymore.
So we'll get through the holidays. Hopefully have some exciting news, but we're definitely being the Cars Tour and looking to capitalize and redeem ourselves. We lost the championship by 5 points.
Oh, I know. Been there, done that gig too, so I get it.
Hopefully it's our year. But we had a good year. We won 4 races and had 6 poles in the tour, and that series is tough.
So when's the first race?
It's like the second week of March at Southern National, where we just won.
There you go, back to back, right?
We're ready to go.
You're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Well, Brendan, thanks again for being on the show with us. Most importantly, congratulations for being a 2024 hero driver for a Hoosier. That's huge, and we love being a part of the Hoosier family, too, from that part. So, again, congratulations, good luck. And as soon as I get down here, I'm going to have to start liking your stuff so I can follow and keep in touch with you, because I'd love to follow you and keep in touch and everything else, too, from that part. So, thanks for being on the show. Nick, got anything else to add or anything?
No, man, just the same thing. Congratulations. It's a huge honor to have you here. We know you're going to go out and you're going to be a star.
I'm trying. I just want to say thank you to Hoosier. People like me, the way my life did a 180 a year ago to get me to this point, like, this stuff means more to me than anybody, because I've been on the bottom end of stuff, and it just shows you hard work can get you where you want. So never stop chasing your dreams. So I appreciate y'all.
You're a great brand ambassador, and
thank you.
We're really proud to meet you and see where you've been, and really excited to see where you're going to go.
I appreciate that, man. Thank y'all.
No,
nice
thank you. Congratulations. Nice to meet you. And everybody tune in. We'll be back live again at 2:00 for the next driver. Talk to you soon.